Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a story that is so incredibly strange, you're going to have a hard time believing it's actually true. So let me just start by asking you a question. It's one that sounds like it's straight out of a horror movie. But for one guy, this wasn't some scary movie plot. It was his terrifying reality. You know that feeling when something's just off? That little nagging suspicion in the back of your mind? Well, this is the true story of how that exact feeling led to one of the most unbelievable discoveries you can imagine, hiding right in plain sight. Okay, let's get right into it. The story begins back in May of 2008. We've got a 57-year-old man living all by himself in Kasuya, Japan. And slowly but surely, he starts getting this feeling that his home, well, that it wasn't entirely his own anymore. At first, it was such small things, you'd almost miss it. You know, a little bit of rice gone, a few snacks missing, maybe a sip of a drink from the fridge. Just enough to make him stop and think, wait a minute, did I eat that? But not enough to be sure. And it wasn't just the food. That unsettling feeling started to grow. He'd come home from being out and a light would be on. A light he was positive he'd switched off. Or maybe some things on a shelf would seem just slightly out of place. He probably started wondering if he was just getting forgetful. But then, it got really weird. He'd sometimes catch a faint scent, like someone else had just been in his shower or used his bathroom. Now here's the kicker. Nothing valuable was ever stolen. Not his money, not his electronics, nothing. Just this strange, almost ghostly presence in his apartment. So at this point, you have to imagine he's thinking, am I going crazy here? Is his mind just playing tricks on him? Or is there some incredibly strange and picky thief breaking in? He got so fed up with not knowing that he decided he had to find out what was really going on. He knew he couldn't just keep guessing. He needed proof. And the way he got it, well, it uncovered something so much stranger than he ever could have braced himself for. So his plan was actually pretty clever. He set up a hidden camera, right? But he linked it to his cell phone so that it would send him a live feed the very second it detected any motion in his apartment. He was finally going to catch this phantom thief in the act. Just imagine this. You're out, maybe at work, running errands, whatever, and your phone buzzes. It's the alert from the camera. He opens the video feed, and I mean, his heart must have just stopped. He's watching, in real time, a total stranger, a woman he's never seen before, just calmly walking around his kitchen like she owns the place. He was obviously in total shock. He calls the police right away. And when they show up, they start searching the entire apartment, room by room. But they find nothing. The place is empty. It's as if the woman in the video just vanished into thin air. And then they get to a closet. They search it, and up at the very top, there's one of those flat storage compartments, a space just big enough for a person to squeeze into. And hiding in there, curled up in the darkness, they found her. So this is where the story just gets even crazier. Who in the world was this woman? And how on earth did she manage to live inside this guy's closet, totally undetected, for so long? Her name was Tetsuko Horikawa. She was 58 years old, she was unemployed, and she was homeless. And her explanation was just heartbreakingly simple. She told the police she just had nowhere else to live. So, the police check out her hiding spot, and it's like a tiny makeshift room. She had a small futon mattress, some bottles of water, a few personal things, and everything was incredibly neat and clean. It was obvious she was doing everything she possibly could to remain a ghost in her house. And then came the confession. She told them she had snuck into the apartment about a year earlier. She'd found the door unlocked, saw that the man lived alone, and just decided to stay. Yep, a year. For 1 full year, this man had an invisible, completely unknown roommate. Think about that. He was eating, sleeping, living his entire life with absolutely no idea that another human being was living just a few feet away inside his own closet. I mean, look at this timeline. Her whole life was this incredible act of discipline and silence. She had to wait until he was either fast asleep or gone from the house. Then she'd sneak out, grab the absolute bare minimum to get by, a tiny bit of food, a quick, quiet trip to the bathroom, and then disappear back into the closet before he came back. So, what do you even make of a story like this? It's just so bizarre. But if you step back, you realize you're looking at these two completely separate lives being lived in parallel, right under the same roof. The contrast is just mind-boggling. You've got the homeowner going about his daily life, feeling safe and secure in his own space. And then, literally feet away, you have this woman living in total silence, where her entire survival depends on being completely and utterly invisible. In the end, Tatsuko Horikawa was just charged with trespassing. Besides the food she took and, the massive violation of privacy, no real harm was done. But the story just blew up around the world because it's not about violence. It's about this quiet, deeply unsettling psychological horror. And really, that's the thing that sticks with you. This strange, true story is a shocking reminder of the people who live on the absolute margins of society, the ones who can slip right through the cracks and, somehow, become completely unseen.